Good morning, everyone. Welcome to May 11th pre-market session. Right, we'll start with analyzing the news, the events, and the market and the stocks that we want to focus on. So let's start with the overall market and with some news first of all. So S&P 500 and Nasdaq both are down slightly in the pre-market. Market is overall pulling back slightly after all of these massive record highs. US and Iran tensions remain a key focus still, and oil prices are slowly pushing higher and like consolidating. It rise a little bit since Friday from like 90 all the way up till this 96, and now it's pulling back down till 293, 94 again. Saint of Hormuz situation being monitored closely, and Trump and Xi, China's president summit, is later this week, where they will be talking about AI probably. And we have some economic events and reports for the day. So the reports for the day would be these, the economic events for the week, sorry. So we have CPI, core CPI on Tuesday, and PPI on Wednesday, and retail sales on Thursday. So a couple of important economic reports. And then we have earnings. Some interesting earnings for this week would be HIMSS, would be NBIS, ORCL, ASTS. These would be probably PLUG, PLUG also could be interesting to watch. AMAT, BABA, Alibaba would be interesting to watch for this week. OKLO also, AOKLO, could be another interesting name on watch for this week. So the earnings are a lot, not as big as like last 2 weeks, but still we have a bunch of important and interesting stocks that are going to report earnings. Some of them, for example, HIMSS, ASTS, PLUG, these guys are reporting tomorrow, reporting after market close. And yeah, we will go over Oracle, and yeah, that would be it, I guess, for the pre-market, because Oracle had earning in the pre-market. And then we'll go over the stocks that report earning every single day in the pre-market sessions as well. All right, so with that being said, let's take a look at the tickers. Let's start with the overall market. Let's start with the S&P 500, and let's see how and where we are sitting right now. All right, S&P 500. We are technically at all-time high on SPY, technically. However, we are seeing some sort of rejection at this point on SPY at the all-time highs. On Thursday, we hit 736 level, and on Friday, we were struggling heavily to break through this range, and we finally couldn't. We retested this 738 and then rejected, push back down. Now, so far in the pre-market, we are still holding in Friday's range, and the price can't really technically break out of this 737, 738 zone yet. Okay, yet. We'll see how the price action when the market open will be, and depending on that, we'll plan. So if in case we reject these levels again and push back lower, definitely I'm not gonna be just trying to go long the market, or I will be analyzing the price action of like individual stocks in that case, right? However, if we do break this 735.5, 735 level and push back lower, there might be some sort of reversal set up here for a retest of 733, and then we have 730. right at this 728 down till 725, we have a gap on SPY. The gap is right here. Not saying that we will fill the gap, not saying that we did fill the previous gaps, but we do have a gap, and based on that gap we will be able to see how we can trade it, or we will trade it. We're far from there, but just a heads up that we have that gap, and if the price gets down till these zones, that gap play could be interesting to just keep an eye on. So the key levels would be this 738 on SPY, and we have 736, 735 on the demand side on SPY. Basically, it's not a massive zone. If we rejected 738, the next major level would be this 733. All right. Qs. Pretty much the same scenario, right? We rallied on Qs as well, and we just like hit this 711.12 all-time high on Friday, except like Qs is a lot stronger and leading. We were struggling to hit this 712.13 on Friday and in the after hour and in the pre-market, but at the same time the demand is still holding there. So we're seeing a massive bullish run on Qs, and now bid is holding. Now our job is not to just criticize it and just mention or like say that like the price is overextended, so it should go down, it should go up. Nothing should happen. The market is technically, whatever you want to call it, overextended. I don't know, super bullish or whatever it is. It's moving, it's rallying, and it's running, and the bid is holding. As long as the bid is holding this 708, 709 on Qs in short term, we're still looking good. It still looks bullish, even though the price is overextended. The price has been overextended for a while right now, and the market is still moving higher. Okay, so with that being said, the plan is to just analyze this 707, 708, $709 on Qs. In case of hold, in case of bid staying there and pushing the price higher, then we will be planning for a possible bounce trade on Qs. And if we break this 712.5, 713 area, obviously that's a bullish setup, right? This is the Friday's close. This is the pre-market. Yeah, we rejected these zones multiple times and couldn't hold above it, but still we need to wait for the price to do something right at this range. Okay, so it's still rejecting 707, 708 on watch for as a demand, and 1213 as the key resistance. If you zoom out a little bit, we see that we technically can pull back down and retest at least this $701, $700. We can. We'll see if it does, and if it breaks all-time high again, like there's nothing above it, and just Qs can just keep moving as it technically did in the last couple of weeks, right? So pretty interesting price action on Qs in my opinion. Dow Jones, for those who are interested in trading Dow, we were holding in this bull flag, and we broke out, retested, bounced back up like this, and now we're technically holding right at this level of like 495, 497, 8, almost 500, right? So this is a pretty much interesting price action. We are still struggling to get out of this 495, 500 zone, but the fact that the demand is holding above this 495 for now looks pretty promising. Above this 500, we can go for all-time high on Dow. And oil gapped up, as I explained, and we're kind of pushing back down. We have a gap to fill here on USO, and also like on WTI as well. And if the price of the oil drops, that would be possible bullish basically juice for the overall market, for the stock market to move higher, obviously. Now, if oil holds here and bounce back up and starts pushing all the way higher, possibly we're going to see some sort of pullback on the equities, right? Now, talking about equities, let's start with Apple. Apple is at all-time high, technically, right? We're at all-time high. See, Apple broke this 289, 200, almost 90 all-time high resistance, broke out, retested, pushed all the way higher. Now we are technically retesting right here, right? If you want to just make it a little bit simpler, we are technically retesting. Oops. Right here on Apple, which is the previous resistance of like 292, broke out, and we're just like holding right above this 292. The key zone, or the basically new all-time high, would be around this 295. So 295 on watch, 290 maybe 1-2 also on watch. The most important demand zone would be around this 288, 285. So that's the most important level. But this 291.2 could hold as well. And if it does hold and the price bounce back up higher and get above this all-time high, this could be another perfect higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This higher low is right at the previous high, and that would be a possible area for a jump on Apple and bounce back up and push all the way higher. So Apple on watch, maybe above this 294.5, and also around this 291 as well for a possible bounce. Or if it rejects and push back lower, the next demand zone is right here. Tesla, beautiful price action, interesting price action. Finally got out of this 200 and 150 SMA and pushed all the way back up higher. Now we're consolidating after 3 massive big green days. Can Tesla hold here? We'll see. If it retests even down to like 415, 16, it still looks good. It still looks good in my opinion. Looks good for like a retest all the way down till 416, 415 and bouncing back up. That would be interesting. That would be ideal for the next couple of days, but we'll see if that happens or not. The key demand zone is around this 421 and then this 416 all the way down to like 410. This was the key zone that we had hard time breaking, finally broke, and now we are almost consolidating right here. We did not retest 416 yet, but if it does, it still looks, I guess, promising and interesting to watch. So Tesla's levels would be this 420 on watch, and the pre-market level of like 426.7 also, all the way up till this 431, 32. We have a couple of resistances around this 436, 444, 45, and then 450 on top of this this area that we are sitting right now on Tesla. But I guess the key and the most important level was this 410, 415 level. And once we broke it, I guess the potential for continuation is really high. Okay, so NVDA holding at all-time high. Like we are at all-time high, but I don't like the price action that much. Not really that interesting of a price action, honestly. The price is kind of holding, but it rejected this 218 again after this massive drop that we experienced in April, like end of April, right? This was a breakout of all-time high, and then boom, the price reversed hard. We were consolidating in this choppy range for a while, and then again we did the same thing. So I don't like the overall price action here. If NVIDIA gets out of this 218, 219 level, I guess that would be more exciting. However, if it keeps holding this 210 to 11, the potential and the probability of the price bouncing back up could be there. So yeah, definitely definitely keep NVDA on watch for like around these areas of like 210.11 and then maybe 217.18. Okay. Google, yeah, there's nothing to watch on Google, like maybe 393 and like 403, 404 on watch. But overall, I don't like Google's price action. AMD is at all-time high, and it's just like it gapped up even in the pre-market. Pretty crazy. Similarly, MU will go over MU as well. So the key levels would be obviously this 455, 455, 6, and then this all-time high of, pre-market high, of 472. So very, very obvious levels and zones. This is the demand zone that we have, and this is the resistance. On higher time frame, definitely overextended. There's nothing to like say, honestly, but we're just playing the price action, trading the price action, and just focusing on whatever the price does. And the goal is to monitor AMD right around this 452, 455 level, and then obviously this 472 resistance. The price action in the pre-market is, it's forming higher lows, but not the cleanest price action. So I would be hesitant trading AMD in this range. I would be waiting for some sort of reaction around this 450, 55, and then 472. Meta, honestly, there isn't really anything to focus on unless it gets below this range. It's just like two sideways. Only setup would be some reversals, hopefully, if it can catch it. Microsoft, I like it. MU is wild. 700. What is going on here? Where are we? 700, almost 800, right? So we're at 800 technically. Oh, it even pushed a little bit higher now. Okay, so all right, where are you going? Just wait. Okay, we hit 800. That's interesting. So we gapped up from this 750, 745 till 800. Massive. What's the market cap right now? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting close to 1 trillion. So 840 billion. The plan on MU is to just like wait for break of pre-market and just depending on how it holds, or just breaks and continues and try trade there, or if it just gives us some just like chills a little bit and let us just observe the price action, consume price action a little bit more. If the price pulls back down and holds right around this 745, that would be good, but that's something AMD technically doesn't really do, care, or and what we are seeing right now is just like crazy continuation. Now, no FOMO here. 800 is a critical psychological level. Excuse me. And in case of hold, in case of rejection, I would be watching this 745, 747 demand as the key level. This is also a gap setup as well in case of reversing here. A gap is there to be filled. On the other hand, if you break 800 and just keep squeezing, that's a different story, and we will be watching the price action above this 800. So 800, 747, 745 on watch on MU Amazon. Nothing interesting there. PLTR, nothing interesting there. Netflix is weak. And getting close to this 86.5. So below this 86.5, we possibly have room to push all the way down till 80, maybe 4. And that's technically the ATR of Netflix as well. And then we can go all the way back down till 82.5 as well. So Netflix is relatively weak. I like how it's basically moving. And then Qualcomm. Before Qualcomm, let's talk about ORCL. ORCL. it had earning, and yeah, technically it had earning, or it wasn't news or something. Wait a second. Sorry, not RCL, Circle. Not RCL, Circle. So Circle had earning. The after the earning, it bounced back up above this 110.11. It's a, let me set these levels for you so that you can have better understanding of where we are. Overall, I like how it bounced above this 110, but we need to get out of this area of like this bull flag that we are forming technically here. And if we get above this 123, 124, that could be a good zone for Circle for a possible push all the way higher and hitting this 136. So if you want to watch it, it looks interesting. Keep this 123, 125 level on watch. On the other hand, like we're still bouncing above this level. So if in case we get below this 107, we have a gap to fill. And then let's go over Qualcomm. Right now, Qualcomm is at all-time high. The market is going to be open in a minute, and I will be pretty quick here. The 240 level would be the key level, 242 right now on Qualcomm, and 231 would be the key demand zone on Qualcomm. All right. Awesome. So with that being said, guys, I will be trading live with MTC team, and we'll be going over all of these setups one by one together and trade it live together. If you want to trade with us, check out the link in the description, and you can join and trade live with me every single day.